Welcome to Wednesday. It is the 6th of March, 2024. My name is Jimmy Bradbury. I help entrepreneurially minded people who feel stuck in a 9-to-5 job, or maybe it's a business they own and they just feel like it's a job. I help those people take what they already know, their knowledge and experience, on something that they're really passionate about. It could be a skill set, a hobby, it could be a profession, whatever it is they're really passionate about. And they want to take that knowledge and experience, help other people with it, and get paid doing it. So I want to share with you today, because I've just come off a call with one of my clients. So I just thought I'd jump in here and do this live and share this with you, because I know for me and my business, it's helped me enormously. And I'm hoping that it can help you. You might already be doing this. If you're not, maybe it's going to give you some ideas that you can implement in your business. So I'm assuming you're watching this video, you've come out of a 9-to-5 job, or you're thinking about getting out of a 9-to-5 job, or you're in a business that just feels like a job and you want to start a coaching business. You want to start some consulting. Whatever it is that you want to get into the game, you want to get online, you want to start helping other people, you want to start impacting their lives with what you know and be able to generate some income doing it. So one of the ways to do that is to do have a coaching business. Might be a group coaching, it might be one-on-one, or it might be a consulting business providing a service. Whatever it is, if you're starting out, these are the things that I wish I had when I started, but I implement them now in my business. And I've just done that with one of the clients that I've been working with, is 3 things to make sure that you're demonstrating you're providing value in your coaching or consulting program when you're with your clients, and making sure that there's accountability built in. There's 3 things I do. Number 1, I talked about this yesterday. I make sure that all of my clients provide a report, 1 page, very easy to read, but just gives that dashboard of how their week has gone at the end of the week. And in that report, which they send to me, there are the 6 metrics that I talked about yesterday. Just to recap: content, providing long form content and short form content, and how much have you produced in that week. Number 2, that's 1 and 2. Number 3, how many direct messages have you been in? Number 4, how many leads? In my case, with an online business, it's measured by emails. And how many opt-ins have you got? How many names and emails to build your email list? And then the other ways are calls, getting on strategy calls or discovery calls, whatever you might call them. And then number 6, the amount of sales, the dollars, the euros, the pounds, whatever currency it is that you've actually made at the end of the week. Those are the 6 metrics that I ask my clients to submit to me at the end of the week, so that I can see where they're going and if there's any shortfall against what their target is or the goals are for each month. That's the first thing I do. So that is more to make sure they're kept accountable. The second thing I do, which helps making sure that I'm providing value and they're receiving it, is that within 48 hours of me doing a call with one of my clients or my group of my clients in a group coaching program, I make sure that each of them submits 2 things: the key takeaways that they got from the call. So 3 or 4 really key things they got from me on the call, and also making sure that they submit the things they're going to implement before the next call. So those are kind of items 2 and 3. Let's take the first one first. So the first one is making sure that I'm providing value, and that is through getting them to provide key takeaways from the call. Now, I've been implementing this now for the last 3 years, but I'm always conscious that not many people are doing this. And I think it's super important. And I'm reminded, not very often, actually, it's only happened once in the last couple of years. I was working with this client. We all get these kind of clients, don't we? So it just happens. It's the part of the work that we do. I had one of these clients, and every single week I asked him to submit his key takeaways from each of my calls. Every single one of them. All of them were, that's great value. You've been really helpful to me. You've helped me do this, this, and this. And then at the end of the period of time I was working with him, he was saying, well, you didn't do this, you didn't do this, you didn't do this in each of the calls. But there's no dispute. There's no dispute because they were providing the feedback that you need after each call. So they can't actually dispute it because it's there in writing to see each time you've had your call. And that's so important to make sure you're documenting as you go through the journey with your clients, whether it's in coaching or consulting, that you're providing the value. And if you're not, then you can course correct at the time, not when your program is finished and they're trying to dispute that. So making sure that you get those key takeaways documented by your client, submitted to you within 48 hours, helps you know that you're providing value. If you're not at the time, then you can course correct. And then at the end of all of your program, if there's any issues, you can revert back to each of the calls and the key takeaways. So that's number 2. Number 3 is making sure that they submit, your clients, the key things they're going to implement before the next call or the next session that you have with them. That helps you understand where they're going and where the areas are that you can actually support them best. Because if they're dropping off on some of the things that they've said they're implementing when you get to the next session, you know that those are the key things they were going to do that week between each of the sessions, and whether or not they've actually done them, so that they're not bringing in a lot of other things, and these things that they said they would do get fall by the wayside, which can happen so easily today because people are so easily distracted by all of these shiny objects or new things that they feel they have to do, and they don't focus on the things that they said they would actually do. Again, if they put those down on paper, 5 or 6 items they say they're going to implement before the next call, it's there for you to be able to support and help them, and for you then to be able to measure and keep them accountable through the period between each of the sessions. Those are the 3 things that I do to make sure I'm providing value, they're receiving the value, and I'm keeping them accountable. Number 1, metrics, making sure that they fill out the 6 metrics, or it could be whatever metrics you've got with them. But in my case, it's 6 metrics that I talked about yesterday on my video. Number 2, making sure that they're actually documenting the key takeaways that they received when they were on the call with you, whether it's 6, 5, 4, some key takeaways they actually document and do it within a period of 24 to 48 hours while it's fresh. And number 3, making sure that they actually document what they're going to implement before the next session that you have with them. So you can know where to support them. They can make sure that they stay on track and they're not getting distracted, and you keep them accountable. Hopefully that's been helpful for you today. If you didn't already know that, I think there's some ideas that maybe you want to implement in your business. I hope there has, and hopefully that's been value. If there has, comment below. I'd love to hear from you. And talking about down below, again, yesterday, so many people downloaded my LinkedIn profile audit, 1-page checklist, 11 items on it, to help you be able to understand if the most important thing on LinkedIn when you're starting is set up correctly, meaning your profile. You can do it with those 11 steps. I'll put a link below here where all you need to do is download that one sheet. It'll take you less than 5 minutes to go through it. And then at the end of it, you'll know if you've optimized your profile on LinkedIn. Wherever you are in the world today, have a great day, 6th of March, and I look forward to talking to you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.